Hello, 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 everyone. Good evening, good evening. Oh, Miss Justice, you're number one. Oops, I did it again. Much love, PG. Amen. There you go. 2 times in a row. God bless. Um, Love, how you doing? Love says hi, hi. Hello to you. You number two, girl. Number two. And Miss Justice, number three. I'm kidding. She one and three. Brett, you're number three tonight. Oh my God. Big good evening, everyone. Hey, girl, I understand. Sassy Cat, number four. Hello, PG and chat. Much love. Prayers for all missing and exploited people around the world. Amen. There you go, girl. Absolutely. God bless. Beth Ann, good to see you, hon. Chris, good to see you. I'm going to get down through here. Beautiful sunflower. Good to see you. Good to see you, my sister. God bless. Please do not post. Absolutely do not. Please. We will remove these comments. This is a Christian based channel. Thank you. Absolutely. Absolutely. None of that will be tolerated here. Right? We don't do that. We don't do that. Um, I'm going to head on down through here. Let me see. AD, how you doing, sweetie? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, you want to post something in here? Let it be the 10 Commandments. Right? Put the 10 Commandments in there. We'll appreciate it. We'll appreciate that. Deputy Sheriff, how you doing? How you doing, sweetie? Good to see you in here. How is my friend doing tonight? Miss Justice, he said, how is my friend doing tonight? God bless. Good to see you, Deputy Sheriff. Good to see you in here. The legendaries, how you doing, sweetie? I'm moving as fast as I can. Hey, Patty, I seen you, girl. I seen you, Lady Green Eyes. How you doing, sweetie? Oh, Sullivan, how you doing, hon? Oh, Purple Heart for Summer. Hey, hey, hey. And she said, hey, 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 PG. Hey, hey to you, sweetie. God bless. All Purple Hearts going up. God bless. Absolutely. Good to see everyone in here. Hey, Carrie, how you doing, sweetie? She says, welcome, everyone. Please hit the thumbs up on the way in. Thank you. Absolutely. Many prayers, and love for Summer there. God bless. All right. Lucy, I see you. And let me see. Let me see. Yeah, I think I got everybody. I think I got everybody. Or practically everybody. I got as many as I could tonight. God bless. God bless. Hey, I'm glad to see each and every last one of you in here supporting these babies. Hey, Stephanie, how you doing? How you doing, sweetie? PD, did you get my Facebook message with some information and a screenshot? Uh, you know what, Stephanie? I really haven't been in Facebook that much today. It's the 7th. I did go in and post a picture for Summer, wishing everybody a happy 7th and to keep the prayers going up for Summer. But I really didn't check Messenger. I'm sorry. I didn't check Messenger. But I will. I will after the live tonight. I'll go in and make sure that I check everything. Um, hey Pam, how you doing, sweetie? How you doing? Good to see you in here. Uh, there's Dixon. How you doing? Hello, PG, Bethan, Justice, Sassy Cats. Oh, that is so sweet. She's naming everybody. Everybody. God bless, girl. We appreciate that. We appreciate that. So much love in the chat. So much love in the chat. You guys touching PG's heart tonight. And Nicole's, how you doing? Go hit that like button and subscribe and help keep Summer's name out there. Amen. and remind Ali that Summer is still waiting to be found and receive justice. Absolutely, girl. Absolutely. You sure put it on the line there. You put on the line for him. God bless. God bless. Prayers for Summer. Amen. Sorry for being naughty. You ain't getting nothing for Christmas, girl. I was. I want to take a picture of that and send it to Santa. Right? Yeah. But they ain't getting nothing for Christmas. She been naughty. Right? Anyway, uh, do tell. Boy, there's a lot of do tell, right? There's a lot of do tell. PG got all kinds of people coming at us sideways, right? He got all kinds of people coming at us sideways. I'm like, really? Are you serious? I mean, psh, I just step out of the way and let them keep going. Right? I just step out of the way. Let them keep on moving. Let me tell you, uh, I heard for one, I guess there's somebody, some Ann lady. I'm hearing through the grapevines. There's just some lady Ann that supposedly took a bunch of people, right? Um, they said that she's been telling people she's got the C word, right? And she's ill, and I guess she got some people for thousands, right? Thousands. I'm like, dang, whoa. I mean, I sure hope. I mean, I sure hope. I mean, I don't get me wrong when I say this. I sure hope that whatever she's saying is wrong. Because I sure wouldn't want to be lying about stuff like that. Because the Lord says, going to measure it up in a cup and pour it on you, right? Going to pour it back out on you. I'm going to tell you, I don't think I would want to tell people something's wrong that ain't wrong, right? I don't want to tell people what's wrong anyway. I mean, if I got, you know, I don't want to tell people my business, my personal medical business. That's private. That's private stuff, man. Why people come out telling about that's between you and your doctor, right? That's between you and your doctor. That's why the doctor, takes an oath, you know, um, patient doctor confidentiality, because they don't, people don't want that stuff out there. They don't, nobody wants people spreading all their business. But I guess, man, this world. I don't know about this world. Like, these people don't keep nothing private, right? I don't keep nothing private. They just bring it right out here right out here into the world, and that's kind of weird. But hey, but anyway, I guess there was a whole lot of people upset, a whole lot of people upset because they're like, this particular Ann person supposedly took a vacation, a 10-day vacation, running all over the place, and she was supposed to, not be able to do things. I don't know. I don't know. This is just stuff I'm hearing. And then, you know, then there's somebody named Dumpling, right? Somebody named Dumpling. Anyway, Dumpling's getting a lot of heat on her because she had something to do, from my understanding, with this Ann, doing what Ann supposedly did to a bunch of people. Anyhow, yeah, it's like, not good, not good. Um, I don't know. I don't know. You know, I Here's my thing. You know, if you want to help someone, don't be angry with them after you help them. Don't be angry with them. You know, if you want to help them, help them. If you don't. Um, and don't get angry because all of a sudden, um, they're able to, they got a bank full of money, from all kinds of people, you know, something about, that's the one thing out here in the YouTube world is people sure hate to see any channels getting support or anybody getting support for that matter. It's like this envy. They want themselves getting support, right? They got up Cash Apps and Venmos and PayPals and they got up wish list and you know buy all my kids school clothes, right? Buy my kids school clothes, um, and all of this stuff. And but they don't, but then they call out other creators who are getting help to run their channels. Um, you know, they're just doing it for this and they're doing it for that. Um, man, I've caught that sideways crap for a long time, right? And trust me, I'm like the only one out here. I'm the only one out here. Like, I don't even get enough to keep the channel going, right? And I don't complain. It's okay. It doesn't matter. I got 4 kids. They need school clothes, right? They're homeschooled, but they still need to get up every day and dress, right? They still need clothes. They need clothes because they have to go on outings. They have to meet up with other kids. They have to go to, they have to go out to places too. And they need clothes. But you see me on here saying, oh, could anybody get my kids some clothes? School's starting back. No. Hell no. I had them 4 kids. Not all of you. You guys didn't have 4 kids. I did. Those are my 4 kids. I need to dress them. Right? I should have been thinking about school starting back when the school closed. I should have thought about that back in the springtime when the summer clothes was coming out and the school clothes were getting, discounted, right? They were getting big discount. I should have thought about that and put enough clothes in tote, bottom up then, put them in totes so that my kids can pull them out. They can pull them out now and have school clothes, right? I should have thought about that. Oh, I did. Oh, I did think about it. I did think about it. I might have to go out and buy, I might have to go out and buy a few things, maybe a couple more pairs of jeans and some off stuff, right? Some off stuff. But for the biggest part, let me tell you, I've got it. And I just hit the stores for, the 50-cent tablets. Did you see that? Did you see all the writing paper and the pens and the pencils and everything? 50 cent, $1, 50 cent, 75 cent, $1. And yeah, I hit that sale. I got all of that stuff, I think it cost me about $20, right? 4 kids, $20. Not bad. Not bad, PG. I mean, how much stuff do they need? How much stuff do they need? I mean, I got them pens, I got them pencils and paper. That's about all they need, right? I mean, I ain't got no grade schoolers. I don't have to buy crayons and glue but they had all that on sale too. I got, me and my daughter some crayons because me and her like to have coloring contests. I used to have them with the kids when they were little. She still likes to do it. She still likes to have her picture put on the refrigerator as number 1. Even if mine is prettier, even if I color better, she still, I don't know how she wins, but she does. And yeah, I think she's getting a little too old for that. She's got to let mom win once in a while. But if I hang mine on the refrigerator, I don't know where it went. Right? Only hers is left on there. I'm like, where did my coloring paper go? Right? She done throw that thing. She done ripped that bitch up and threw it in the trash. I know where it went. She wants to tell her brothers, oh, me and mom had a coloring contest and look, I won. Look at my picture. And if mine's hanging up, then, so she just does away with it. Right? Oh, my daughter's a trip. I love her. I do love her. But anyway, yeah, that's what's going on in the YouTube world. Can you buy my kids some clothes? My kids get tickled when, they get so tickled when somebody cash apps them some money. What the hell? My kid, I'm going to tell you, somebody cash up on my child some money. My child's going to be like no game machines, no TV, right? My child's going to be on timeout for a long time. Like, who the hell you got cash apping you? That ain't going to happen. That ain't going to work. That's weird, right? That's weird. But anyhow, yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. Last time I checked, my DNA, there was no, there was no BUM in there. Right? There wasn't no BUM in that DNA. I'm happy about that. Oh no, you guys. But anyway, yeah, these are the details on the YouTube streets. And then the Jinx said, oh, I'm thick-skinned after PG. After what PG says and say PG this and PG that. She failed to mention, right? She failed to mention all the ugly things she said about PG. She failed to mention, that she lied on me, right? She lied on me, act like I was, I was talking to her. Oh, and that ain't the half of it. Because her ex-old man, right? Sun King, he came out on oh shoot. I don't even know the guy's name. I'm sorry, but I don't even know his name because I don't even be watching these people. But anyway, he came out on some other guy's channel. The one that was at Jinx last night calling her, the B-notch. She's calling her B-notch like 10 times, right? Oh, I wouldn't have tolerated that. Oh, hell no. He'd got a steel-toe boot in the backside, right? Yeah, that's who it was, Matthew. And, yeah, he got real ugly with her, right? He was getting real ugly with her. But anyway, I guess Sun King came out on her channel, talking about how he's got, mentally disturbed. He's got issues going on. And telling about all of his problems, and how he's going to, try to seek some counseling. That's what I was talking to him about, a couple years ago? It's been like a couple years. He hasn't seeked no counseling yet. I don't know, guys. I don't know. And I guess he's, supposed to said something that caused this new girlfriend to run off. I don't even know what he said. I don't even know. I tell you if I did, I would. But I don't know what he told some kind of a joke. Anyway, I guess she don't want nothing to do with him any longer. And I don't know. I have no idea. It's a mess, right? It's a right down mess. But anyhow, that's one of the lies she told on me. Because the guy came over here you know, her ex old man came over here and, was telling all their business in the chat. And then he came up on the panel and, I told him, look, let's, let's just talk behind the scenes, not, you know, out here. We really didn't want this out here. And he was talking about, doing some bad stuff to himself. And, yeah, of course. Of course I talked to him. Of course I helped him if I can, to keep him from doing that. But anyway, while I'm talking this guy out of doing something, doing something to hurt himself, this woman's lying and saying I want something to do with this guy. I'm afraid not. I'm afraid not. Hold on a second. Sorry, you guys. In my house, you got to make sure it's a real person you're seeing. You might be seeing something else. I don't know. I don't know. It's true. It's true. Um, yeah, she did. She definitely, tried to accuse me of some stuff that was so not true. And, and she said some awful, ugly and mean things. Her and her sister and them, they attacked me. They attacked me way before, before I ever said anything to them. I mean, matter of fact, they got so terrible that I had to address it. I was trying not to, but I had to, right? I had to address it because they wouldn't stop. And, and then she's trying to get herself a pity party last night, right? She's trying to get herself a pity party on the PG. No, no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, all right. You want to know what I'm sorry for? I'm sorry that they didn't get the memo. I'm sorry that, when I showed them how it feels to have your feelings hurt, by mean, evil humans, they didn't get the memo and stop, right? And stop doing it. They just don't get the memo. And I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for that. Am I sorry? Am I sorry that, I stood my ground? No. Am I sorry that I showed them what it feels like, to be them, to do what they do to others? No, I'm not sorry at all. Not at all. I'm not going to apologize for anything at all. Because, I didn't start it, right? I didn't start it. I'm not a starter. I'm a finisher, right? I'm a lover, not a hater, right? I love everybody. And, and the way I treat people depends on them. Depends on how they treat me. That's just how I live my life. And they wasn't treating me good. They was coming at me to build their channel. I don't go at people to build no channel. Right? I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that. That's whoever God puts in this chat tonight, well, that's where their feet's supposed to be. And I'm grateful that he put each and every one in here. I don't care if it's 100. I don't care if it's 500. I don't care if it's 1,000. I don't, numbers mean nothing to PG. What means something to me is doing what's righteous in this world. Right? That's what means something to me. It's doing what's righteous. And what's righteous is to bond, is not to lie. For one, don't be a liar. Two, bond together for these missing children. Bond together as one for these missing kids, because that's what you're supposed to be doing out here, right? And don't be here if you're not here for the right reasons. if you're not here because you love these kids and you truly want to help them, and you truly, like, like a minister, like a preacher, right? Preachers, a lot of preachers don't get paid. A lot of preachers preach for nothing. They won't take nothing, other than some food, maybe a night or two's lodging. If they're traveling, they might stay with you. They might stay with you if you open your door for them, and welcome them in. Um, they might stay with you for a day or two while they're preaching, but they don't accept they don't accept money. They don't want your money. What they want is you to find God, to find Jesus Christ. They don't want anything except to see people come to the Lord. And that's the way it should be out here. The way it should be out here is people should be for these missing kids, for the victims. That's what they lead us to believe. That's what, this true crime community leads us to believe, that we're all here for these missing children, to support these missing children, the main victims. But I find that a lot of people's just out here to support themselves, not these kids. And, that's BS. And, nothing makes me sicker than when I hear these people. Oh, and let me tell you. Oh, yeah, let me tell you. And the jinx said, well, these creators really, you think that people are out here? Do you? And she took this line down. She dirty deleted it. But I got it. You guys. I got the recording. So she wants to say she didn't say it. I'll play it out, baby. I'll play it out. Because she said that these true crime creators, and let me tell you right now, she'd be speaking for herself because she wasn't speaking for PG. She said, do you guys think that we're out here because we look? And she caught herself. And she's like, well, I mean, we do love you. What? Was you about to say what it sounded like you was going to say, that you're not out here because you love these people? Because you love the victims? That's what she's about to say. She's about to say they weren't out here because they love y'all. Right? They're out here for self-gain. And I'm like, whoa. Dang, you just got busted. Right? That's what PG was saying. I was like, oh, girl. And she deleted that line, but I got it. I got the recording. Trust me. Truly, I do. And that's exactly what came out of her mouth. And then she switched it up. She's like, these people, these people are out for, support to help them make ends meet. And you should be making enough to make your ends freaking meet, right? Your ends should be meeting, honey. Your ends should be meeting. And you should be telling your people, if you don't have it, don't give it. You should be telling your people that if they need it, to keep it. You should be running your channel like a church. The donation box is in the back of the room. And if anyone would like to donate, great. But if you don't have it, please don't be giving it. Don't be giving it. They should be running it like a church, you guys. Absolutely. Oh, Sullivan, I appreciate that. Yeah, I think it's horrible how these women who were once up on your panel acting like your friend and then turned on you. It happened to me many times in my life. Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you, you find a lot of two-faced people in this world. And I don't even know why the hell they wearing the one they got, right? I guess the other ones, um, I guess if we seen the other one, it'd be uglier than the one they got on. And hell, the one they got on's, whoo, stop a clock, right? The one they're wearing a stop a clock. I'm like, oh shit. So, whoa. I don't know which end the doctor slapped, right? And I see him. I don't know which end the doctor slapped. Just saying. But yeah. Hey girl, I appreciate your support for Summer's channel. Ding 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 ding. Oh yeah. I appreciate it. God bless. God bless O'Sullivan. Absolutely. Absolutely, Deputy Sheriff. We appreciate it. Yes, we do. Um, but yeah, that's what she said. That's what she said. And then she's asking for people to buy, I think it's Logan. I think that's the kid. I don't know. Her boy. Clothes and stuff like that. So I'm like, that's not good. That's not good. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I wish people would understand. I wish people would understand that it's very important. We are in some hard times right now, you guys. We are in some hard times. I know how hard it is because I'm taking care of a family myself, right? I'm taking care of a family myself. And I know the prices at the grocery store. I know the prices at restaurants. I know, it almost seems like it's cheaper to eat out than to eat at home. It's like you go to the grocery store and it costs, it seems like if you make a pot of spaghetti, it seems like it costs us more than if you just go to a spaghetti place and order up some spaghetti, right? And bring it home. Um, and it's one meal. It's one and done. And it's crazy. The prices, there is crazy prices out there. Absolutely crazy prices. And in this economy right now, you know, people's having to, we're pitching pennies, right? We're pitching pennies, and it's not easy. I mean, our bills are outrageous. Our food prices are outrageous. Our gas prices are outrageous. It's not, people don't have it. They don't have it. They're barely surviving out here on our own. And I don't know how people can, openly ask, oh, can you guys put a roof on my house? Could you put a roof on my house, please? I need a roof. I need a new roof. Could you put a roof on my house? What the hell? Are you kidding? Yeah. Yeah, we're going to bring a bunch of ladders over and everybody's going to climb up there and just put a new roof on your house. Are you kidding me? I guess if we bring 5,000 people out there, it'll be about one shingle per person. Put your shingle on and get off the ladder. Right? What the heck? That's insane. I'm not putting a roof on somebody's house. If I was going to put a roof on somebody's house, it'd be my own. Right? Unbelievable. I think that's why they got what they call insurance, and you pay insurance, right? And if something goes wrong with your roof, like a big wind comes or, something happens, you get a new roof, right? You get a new roof on your house. I think that's why you have insurance, like if one of your appliances break, you call up and they'll replace the appliance or else they'll fix it, right? It's called insurance, baby. It's called insurance. You get it on your car, and somebody dents it up, well, you collect the insurance. You don't come out here and say, hey, I got a big dent in my car. Can you fix it? Hey, I need a roof. Can you put one on? Hey, I my electric just got cut off. Can you pay it? What the hell? No, I'm too busy paying mine. People like that, man, I'm gonna tell you. People like that, you know what they need to hear? Oh man, that's too bad because I was just getting ready to ask you if you could pay my electric. I was just getting ready to ask you if you could help put a roof on my place. Look at their faces then. Look at their freaking face when you say that. I don't mind helping people. Don't get me wrong. I do not mind helping, but I do not like helping swindlers. I do not like helping people who use people. I don't like helping people who keep theirs in the bank and try to live off of yours. You guys know what I'm talking about. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you know it. I mean, I think every last one of us know people who try to live off of us and keep their money in the bank. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you met people like this in your life, where they don't give you nothing. They won't give you a dime, but they're always asking. They're always they got plenty of money. They got plenty of money, but they'd be asking you for yours. Hell yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. You know those people that show up, asking you to pay their bills when they got enough money to pay their own. You know those people that, has got that freaking 401ks and all that freaking saved up stuff that they could tap into, but no, they rather tap into you. And they always promise to pay you back and they don't, right? They don't ever pay you back. No, you pay their electric bill, they don't pay you back. You pay to get them a new washer or dryer or help them do, you go clean their house and they don't pay you, right? They don't pay you. Yeah, we all know those people. Watch my kids. Can you watch my kids this weekend? I'll pay you. I'll pay you my next payday. And next payday rolls around, you don't see it. You don't see them, right? You don't see them. And you don't see them for a long time, like, a few weeks. And then they got the audacity to call you up again, right? To call you up again. Can I borrow some gas money? Just take it out of that babysitting money you're supposed to give me, right? What the hell are you talking about? That's the kind of people, but you don't say that. You don't say take it out of that babysitting money. You don't say that because you don't want to hurt them, right? You don't want to hurt them. So you say, hey, come pick it up, right? Sure, I got 20. Come get it. Well, I got to go back and forth to work all week, and I'm not going to have enough gas to do that on just 20. Okay, well, come pick up 40. I'll pay you back. Sure you will. You know they're not going to pay you back. But you give it to them. And you watch their kids for free. And you do all of these things. And then you ask them to do one thing for you. One thing. Your car's broke down. Your car's broke down. You say, hey, can you come and pick me and the kids up? Because we all can't go with the tow truck driver. Can you? Oh, I'm busy. I wish I could, but I'm busy. I'd like to, but I'm busy. Right? Yeah. That's the only thing you've asked them for in 5 damn years. 5 years of giving. You asked them one time. Once. Or you might be needing a little gas money. Hey, hello? Hey, can you loan me a few bucks for some gas? What do you do with all your money? I guess I can give it to you. But what are you doing with your money? I bet you're letting them kids take your money. I bet they're having you get stupid things for them. You're probably buying stupid stuff. Where's your money? You got to start keeping money back. Dude, I ain't never asked you for anything. And I gave you all kinds of things. And I've done all kinds of stuff for you. I've ran my damn gas out many times for you. And you're going to bitch at me? Seriously? You're going to give me some shit? Because one time I asked you for something, you ain't got it? Come on. And that's how these people are. And even after giving you the shit, right, about borrowing something one time from them, oh, a week later they call you up, right? A week later they call you up. Oh, can you run here for me? Can you run there for me? Can you do this for me? Or can you do that for me? I got some people coming over. Can you clean my house real quick? You feel like saying hell no. That's what you feel like saying. You feel like saying hell no. In all the years I've been helping you, I asked you something one time and you can't do it. And you have the audacity to or give me a bunch of shit. And you have the audacity to call me a week later and ask me to do something more for you? I'm afraid I'm not going to be your doormat no more, right? You do your own shit. What's the matter with you? Can't get off your ass and take care of your own problems? Don't call me. I'm too busy getting off my ass, taking care of my own, like you told me to do, right? I'm too busy saving money. I'm too busy saving money for my gas when I need it. I'm too busy taking care of my own kids to watch yours. I'm too busy. I'm going to tell you, you got to get them users out of your life. You got to get those people out of your life. I'm going to tell you, I severed ties. I severed ties with so many people. I'm like, I just ain't doing it no more. I ain't going to do it. Man, the one time when I need something, it's a two-way street out there, baby. A two-way street. It's called give and take. I do for you, you do for me. I do for you, you do, it's a give and take. And let me tell you something. I always pay back. If I borrow $20, I usually give back the $20 plus an extra 20 for them to buy lunch. I say, hey, lunch is on me. I give back extra. I give back extra money. Or else, like if it's like my aunt that loaned me some money, I'll pick her up some flowers, maybe a little box of candy, or maybe, some lunch. And I'll take it to her with the money, and then I'll take her, flowers and candy or something and give it back. I promise as many times as I've borrowed money, I can count on my fingers. I don't need my toes. I can count it on my fingers. And that's over my life. That's over my whole life. I can count it on my fingers. I very, very seldom, I've been working since I was a kid. I very seldom ever ask anyone for anything. I didn't ever like to ask no one for nothing. I was raised by someone that said, you know what? I like putting a roof over my head, clothes on my back, and food in my own mouth. I don't want to ever depend on no one else. I was raised that way. And that's the way I am. I like I like putting my own roof over my head. I like paying my own bills. I like taking care of my own children. I like doing my own thing. I don't like relying on anyone else. I don't like it. And I don't ask. I don't ask people to, you know, take care of PG. I ask them to take care of themselves. You know, like if my sister comes and she stays with me, you know, if she's in hard time or something, I don't mind taking care of her. But if she's working, she's making, she's making good money and stuff, and then take care of yourself. Take care of you. Don't put the strain on me. All I ask is people to take care of themselves, right? I don't ask them, to give me nothing. I don't want nothing. I just want to take care of themselves. But these YouTubers, I don't know. I don't know. I'm hearing these people every time I come out. I'm hearing these people talking about buying their kids school clothes, buying them roofs, buying them, Put a 1 in the chat if you feel like you don't owe someone a roof. That's what I'm saying. Put a 1 in the chat if you don't feel like you owe someone school clothes and roofs. Exactly. Exactly, the legendary. Exactly, Deputy Sheriff. Exactly. Exactly. I'm telling you, we don't owe these people a living. We don't owe them a living. Absolutely not. You know? Put a 2 in the chat. Put a 2 in the chat if nobody's paying your bills but you. Put a 2 in that chat if nobody's paying your bills but you. Because I'm going to tell you something, baby. PG, I got the big 2 in there. I'll be the first. I'll be the first to put that big 2 in there. I have to pay my own bills. And I'm going to tell you something. Nobody's going to be paying mine. I sure the hell ain't paying someone else's. Now I do support channels. I do. I know that, that it costs to run a channel. I got one. I've got one. And I know that it costs to run these channels. I know you got to pay for StreamYard. I know you got to pay for the highest internet. I know you got to pay for the apps and all the stuff to put your content together. I know you got to have a damn good computer. I know all of these things. And I know that it can cost some money. And I have nothing against people supporting a channel. What I'm saying is, it's like I said, it's like a church, right? When you put money in the donation box at church, it's to pay the electric for the church. It's to pay, the overhead of the church. It's for the church to be able to keep up the church, right? To replace a window, to replace a door if it needs replaced, to replace the pews, or get extra Bibles to hand out, right? I understand. And there's a lot of people go to the church, seeking to get, sometimes somebody in the congregation, you know, loses their job or something, in between jobs, and they're having it rough. And I know the church helps them. The church helps them, pay some of the bills, keep food on their table. The church will come together and they'll help these people, in need. And so they store up extra money for that too, in case anyone needs help. And that's okay. That's fine. That's fine. But if the minister is going to buy a brand new car and $500 suits and a Rolex watch, I'm not going to be putting nothing into that offering box. Oh, hell no. I'm not sticking no money in an offering box where the preacher's wearing a Rolex. You think Jesus is wearing a Rolex? He could, but he's not. I'm going to tell you about Jesus. Jesus would put that Rolex into bread to feed people who are hungry. That's what Jesus would do. He'd put that money into bread. And that's what, what other people need to do too. But I have nothing against, channels getting support to keep their channel running. I don't have nothing against that. But I do have a lot against people thinking, people not respecting but expecting people to buy, how embarrassing is it to come out here and say, I'm having it hard. Can you buy my kids some school clothes? That's embarrassing as hell. That is embarrassing. I don't care. PG ain't going to be doing it. That's for damn sure. Hell to the no-no. I tell you, I tell you what I would tell my kids before I came out here. Embarrass myself like that. You don't know what I tell my kids? You better hope the potatoes are coming in a old time potato sack, so we could sew it together and make you something to wear. Right? That's what I tell my kids. I know my daughter wouldn't like it, but I'm going to tell you what. She'd be wearing a feed sack. She'd be wearing a feed sack before I come out there and ask somebody. I'm now hell to the no. Ain't happening. my daughter she'd be starting a new freaking line of clothing called the potato sack, right? I don't even care. PG cut a hole in the top of it for a neck and 2 holes in each side for arms. She'll have to put it on. Right? She have to wear it. That's all I got to say. If my daughter was here right now, she'd say, that shit ain't funny, Mom. Right? She'd be like, that ain't funny. PG, do you remember Lucy and Ethel went to Paris and they come out dressed in potato sacks as fashion wear? No, I don't. But that's funny as hell. I know I know the Lucille Ball show. I know what you're talking about. I watch Little House on the Prairie. I watch all those old shows. I watch all those old movies. I don't ever really I don't ever really watch regular TV. I watch a Lifetime movie. I watch a Lifetime movie once in a while, right? And now and again. Lifetime movies are so damn depressing. They're so damn depressing. But I do watch one now and again. And but mostly I watch old movies. I watch, the old movies like 1940s, 50s. I love the old movies because they're not sinister. right? They're wholesome. It's the way you wish the world was today. You know, you wish you wish that the world was like that today, and it's not. It's not. You know, I can't stand the 2024 movies. They're just freaking weird, right? They're like outer space stuff. Um, don't make no, don't make no real sense if you ask me. And Hollywood ain't got nothing new. I mean, everything's remake. It's a remake, a remake. And they just, I'm going to be honest with you, they're destroying, um, all the classics, right? All the classic movies. They're just destroying them. They're 24, they're 2000 in the future remakes are just destroying the hell out of the old classics, if you ask me. They're making it, they're twisting it around and making it sinister, like disgusting. And I'm like, I can't watch this. I don't even want to watch this. This is, um, this is insane, right? I mean, there's no reason to tamper with the classic movies. You know, people love those movies. Those are movies and books that have been around for many, many years, many generations, and they're just destroying it for the generations to come, right? They're destroying it. I don't understand it, but it's how it is. It's how it is. Did anybody else watch The Little House on the Prairie? Um, Not to change the subject, but did anybody else watch The Little House on the Prairie interviews? The interviews they done with Laura and Nellie and all of them. I was watching the interviews that they had done recently, and I guess Mary was really upset because um the the Landers guy, the dad of the show, which was, the writer of it. Actually, it's his son. It's his son that that is over When Calls to Heart, right? It's Michael Landon's son that's over When Calls to Heart. That's a beautiful show too. I do watch When Calls to Heart. I love that show. Um, but anyhow, um, that's one of the things that had me out on, you know Facebook at the time that I learned about Summer's case. I would actually was on that Facebook for the Hardys, and I was on it for recipes, recipes. Um, and I had just, barely, just barely. I was looking to see because they um, was talking about, not skipping the season of Hardys, and I was looking to see if they was going to, you know, actually make us, a season, another season of it. And that's how I learned about Summer's case. But that's what brought me out there in the YouTube world, or into the Facebook world, where I found out about this case. And normally I wouldn't have ever been on Facebook, right? But the reason I was on there is because I was wanting to check to see if, there's going to actually be an episode of the Hardys, and I was also interested in some country recipes that I wanted to look into. And, you know, I thought that's so weird. The timing was just really weird. That's why I tell you guys, I know this was all God's plan for this channel to be here, because it was God's plan. It had to have been. Because I avoided social media like the plague, right? I avoided it. I didn't want nothing to do with it. And so that's just, just really weird that, that timing was excellent. But yeah, anyway, I was watching. Oh, there's Spicy Watermelon. Hey, girl. How you doing, girl? How you doing?
Hey girl, I saw you were live, so I had to come in and, just say, hey, I'm doing all right. Want to say
Good
hi to
to see
PG and
you.
chat, my favorite people in the YouTube community, and
Amen.
the only channel I will come on. Because as you know, you won't find me on social media.
Right, right. That's what I was just talking about. I was like, it was just super weird that I was in Facebook at the time, trying to figure out if the Hardys was going to do a season or they weren't. And I was looking for recipes at the time. And usually I'm not on, usually I'm not even in social media, period, right? I don't mess with that stuff, but I'm like, wow, I hadn't even owned a Facebook. I don't do social media. And somebody gave me this Facebook, to be able to search and do what I um was wanting to do. It wasn't even mine. And what's the odds of that? What the hell's the odds of that, right?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of advantages, like, recipes, connecting with people. I don't know
That's what
about
I
you, but I'm huge on reviews. I will read Google reviews before I go to it. Like that influences my decision whether I go spend my money at that business or get that service.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I saw your the title of your stream. Have there been any updates this week in this
um,
case?
no, on TBI, don't even have a solid person assigned to Summer's case at this particular moment. There's no particular person. My question is, why is it still? Why keep it open if you're? Why say that it's open and being explored if it's not? Because it don't seem like it is. It don't seem like it is. You know, um, what I was going to talk about tonight is the key players. You got you got Don and Candace and all of them. Um,
Thank you,
you know,
Ruby. Thank you, SL.
you got all of them.
Thank you, Lucy. Sorry, I'm just reading your comments.
Oh yeah, everybody in here is like, "Hi, spicy watermelon."
Hi, Deb. Hi, Bethan.
Yeah, they're all
Sorry, go
talking
on.
to you. Um. Anyway, I was wanting to talk about these key players in the Summer Wells case. From day one, these are the main people right here. The main people: Don and Candace, Grandis, Fred Hill, Jody Sue, Andy. These
Right.
are all the key players right there. You
Yeah,
know,
and you had said grandma lost like you showed pictures of grandma lost a lot of weight.
yeah, she looked like she ain't doing so well, right? Looks
Or
like she ain't
she
doing so well.
or maybe she stopped drinking Mountain Dew and started drinking water and eating healthier, maybe.
um, or maybe she's going downhill because she's got a dark secret that she needs to tell, and she's just having a whole lot of issues on dealing with what she knows.
That too, and I think the fact that you had I think you touched upon the relationship between the parents, how things aren't so good, and then the mother was kicked out of the house or something recently.
You talking about Candace?
Yeah, she was given a black eye and kicked out of the house, and she reached out to Ernie or something like that recently. I think you're
Um,
talking about it on one of your lives.
no. She did get kicked out a few months ago. After she came back from Arkansas, they had a spat. But here recently, she opened a live up, and it's because she was hoping Ernie come in there, be in there, and she opened a live up. She went into the house, and you should have saw Don's face. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, he looked crazy at her, right? He had the crazy eyes, like he was just totally pissed. He's like, you know, he knew why she opened that live up, and he didn't want nothing to do with it, nothing at all. He knew exactly what she was doing, and you could tell it. It was like written all over his face. But you could tell that there was going to be, yeah, I'm sure there was hell and havoc in that house after she got off of there, right? As
Well,
soon as
yeah,
she got off of there.
yeah.
Hmm.
He's a large guy. He's a strong
Oh,
guy.
yeah,
So
he wasn't happy.
I would think, if anyone, I don't know. I feel like the best case of truth is it's not going to get any better for any of these people.
Right?
You should probably get a lawyer and work out an immunity deal. Now, because if someone else stumbles across her, which I think they will, I think Summer will be found by hikers or something, or someone's like walking their dog. She will be found by someone. She will be found. That I do believe. These people are going to be out of luck. So if they know something, they need to say something soon because time is running out.
I'm
Time is running out.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, by the grace of God, and I say, by the grace of God, and I'm not even sure about this, but I think if they was to find anything of Summer, it might, if someone turned in a human bone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
If
I
someone
agree.
turned in a human bone, I think they might find her that way. Um,
Yeah, and the
I
clothing that she,
also,
right, right.
I also have my doubts on that too, because sometimes, um, certain places, certain solutions can even deteriorate the bones, you know, turn them into, basically turn them into jelly, so to speak, and, disintegrate them.
For that torture that
Like,
little
for
child went
instance,
through, for
a
that torture that
septic,
little child went to, I hope they didn't do anything with the remains, like dissolve it in acid so her remains totally
uh,
disappear. I hope that
well,
didn't happen.
a septic tank
Oh
will do
no.
that. It will totally dissolve the person completely. They turn to slush. Um,
That I didn't
so,
know.
huh?
I did not know that part.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't know. Yeah,
that
so
that's what it does. But also, somebody tried to say that they fed her to pigs. Uh, you know, Here's my thing, and the reason I say this is because Candace had all the clothes, all of her clothes, except the shorts. The shorts was the only thing that Candace did not have. She had the pink top, she had the jacket, she had everything it seemed like Summer was wearing that day, but the little um, shorts that was on her, the pant, the little um, knee pants that was on her. That's the only thing that didn't seem to be in those clothing in that box that she had. Now that, and that tells me, from what that tells me is, whatever they did with her, she was undressed. That's for sure. You know, she was undressed, and she was undressed for a reason. I don't know. I don't know. Um,
Well, the only other thing I can think of why they would get rid of the remains is if she ingested drugs or edible candies or something or medication she wasn't supposed to have, and it, led to her fatality or her demise. I don't know, but
nah, with if it wasn't for Donald, if it wasn't for Don Wells changing up his routine on the 14th and the 15th, if it wasn't for him changing things up, firing his coworker, driving that different, I don't think we would really know exactly what happened. But with him doing that, it allows us to understand that whatever did happen was pre-planned, premeditated, and carried out June 15th, 2021. He
he
knew.
he is telling segments of what happened, like the resurrection part, initially in his first TV interview with the oldest, right?
Oh yeah.
He is speaking truth of what did happen. So she is no longer with us, and he does hint at what could have happened, but doesn't verify it. So I think he's saying more than anyone else, and I'm just hoping one of these people that you're showing on your screen will have a breakthrough and just say something, because time, it's not
I'm
even going to be.
I'm hoping that I'm
Yeah.
hoping one of them grow a conscience. I'm hoping one of them decides that they want to enter the gates of heaven, and they really need to confess of what happened to this child. You know, because I don't think you're going to get into the pearly gate with a dirty secret like that upon your conscience.
Oh, or
When you could have told the truth, and you could have laid a child to rest, and you didn't. Well, I don't think that's something I want to be telling God about, right? I don't think I want to tell God that I got a dirty secret that should have been told. But Lord, um, I was a coward. I was afraid to tell it. I was scared. Well, you know what the Lord's going to say? Cowards don't enter the gates of heaven. You know, going down.
well, I think there is an organized crime element to this, and it could be another reason they've all been quiet. But at the same time, if they don't want this happening to their other children, then I would think that would be enough to encourage one of the parents to come forward to stop it, or to stop it from happening to another child if they did have a conscience. But then again, right? I don't. That's a choice that they need to make, and they have to make, and they are probably watching your live. So if they are, you know, they can make a difference, and they still can get redemption in some way by saying what they know into working out a deal, even if it is witness protection. So
You
they can do
know,
it in the past, but I'm just trying to be somewhat not biased here, but I don't know, PJ. There is an organized crime element. Are the authorities trying to see how many people they can uncover and what kind of evidence they can uncover with this organized crime ring? I think so, but there will be movement, and I do believe she will be found. How she will be found, I don't know, but my something tells me she will. It just won't go undetermined. She won't go like, you know, she won't go undetected for like years and years and years. Has Ernie been on your panel yet?
oh yeah, he's been up on here.
Oh, did
Actually,
I miss him? Oh, is he gonna come back
no,
up?
he didn't come up tonight. Um,
Oh,
he
Ernie, come back
he
up.
he actually Ernie actually is taking a break. Um,
No.
somebody else has took over his channel right now. He's got somebody else who has taken over his channel for a while. Um, I think as I think as well, he tries to get his health back, and also he's in Tennessee doing some research on some things. He's out there trying to talk to some people to possibly figure out um, what could what could have happened to Summer. I'm not sure, but I think he may end up talking to the Light brothers, um, Frank and his brother, the Light boys, and some of the people, Chad, and some of the people in the surrounding area. Hopefully he does. Hopefully he gets some information that he can bring back and help answer some of the questions we have. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
I hope. And what was I gonna say? Just one more thing before I go. If we could do a prayer for rain, because there's a lot of crazy wildfires going on right now, and spicy watermelon's been affected by those wildfire smoke and wildfires. Just for rain to get rid of all those wildfires that are happening right now.
Amen. Amen. Absolutely. We would definitely keep that in our prayers, that
Right.
God sends the rain, right? God sends everything.
I
And if
just
he
want
wants it to girl, if he wants it to rain, it'll pour. Trust me. Um
it's
and
been getting
usually he
really
does.
hot. Yeah, the climate that I'm in doesn't get hot, but it's been getting like Tennessee, Florida hot up here, and it doesn't get that hot where spicy watermelon is. But I just hope that there's rain.
Well,
Um,
that's because the scientists are trying to mess with the weather. They're going up and seeding clouds and doing things like that, and to see what the outcome will be. And when you got people going up there, messing around, you know, in our atmosphere, and it's hard telling what we might end up getting out of all of it, right?
yeah, and it's just crazy to know what can happen within like 24 hours or one night. Like one time, like like I'm just saying, one night you might a wildfire can come in and burn everything to ashes. That's all I'm gonna say. So,
My thing is this world's been standing. This world's been standing for thousands of years, and people, all down through history, people, just understood. They just understood that the weather is the weather. Um, that God supplies it, right? There's four angels at the corners of the earth, and whatever He commands, that's what we end up with. And and people just accepted. They accepted God's will, and not anymore. You got scientists that in this world we got today. You got okay, they learned how to, they made an airplane. They learned how to get up there in the clouds, right? And then that wasn't good enough for them. They didn't, the air transportation ain't good enough for them. You know, they have to, now that they got access up there, they want to go up there and do weird things and let weird chemicals off and see what kind of reaction it causes. Um they're messing with things that should not be messed with, and
yeah,
it's come up, and then they want to call it global warming. No,
and then they
it's
want to
not.
tax people like 10 to
It's
15% year after year after year, and that's
right.
ridiculous. It's
And it's
bullshit.
not it's not global warming. It's scientists messing around up there where they have no business messing around at, right? They have no business up there doing all the things they're doing. And
Yeah,
not
that's
to
all.
mention, I
Yeah,
mean,
and
these
not to
are
mention it's price gouging regular people. It's like liberals price gouging regular people. Oh, it's climate
right.
change. No, it's not. It's the
And
biggest scam that I've heard of. Well, it's a scam in some sense, of
what
course.
about how they test these nuclear weapons, over top of our waterways and everything else, right? I mean, it's insane. I mean, there's a whole lot going on, you know, there's a whole lot going on that we need to pay attention to, but
Hmm.
people ain't paying attention to it. What I'm saying is, uh, it's not just our government, it's all governments around the world that their strategy is to stir up trouble, over here in the West, so you don't know what's going on, you know, in the North and the South and the East. You see what I'm saying?
I see
They
what you're
want to
saying.
distract you. They want to distract you all the time with a bunch of BS that don't mean nothing while they're doing stuff that that means something, and stuff we need to be taking heed to, and and standing up and shutting down. We need, right now, you know a lot of people ain't understanding it right now. And you got um, you got two nations coming together, and these two nations are threatening America, right? And that's something to be looking at. That's something to be paying attention to, because one of them have access off of off of one border that's really close to America, and another one's got access off of another border that's really close to America. So, this is stuff that America really needs to be paying attention to before it's too late. You have to
Yes.
take in consideration, you know, you need to take in consideration the US map, and how far these things are going to be able to travel, and hope you're not in a city where they're going to be raining down, right?
It's a good point, PG. You preach,
Exactly.
bro. You preach it. You're the only one that can say the truth. Not a lot of people can. Amen to that. Keep going, PG. God, like,
Hey, girl, it's a scary thing out here.
it is, it is, and your accuracy is a reflection of what other people don't see. You just have an extra set of eyes that you can see things and catch things that others don't see, especially when it comes to what could have happened to this little girl. So, with that being said, thank you for having me on your panel and talking.
Hey,
Good night,
girl,
PG. Good night,
I
chat.
always appreciate you coming up. God bless.
Hey, you're one of my favorites to come on live. Like I said, I spicy watermelon don't go on YouTube. She only come on PG's live. That's about it.
Hey, girl, I appreciate it. keep
Good
being
night,
keep
PG.
You
Good night,
keep
PG.
being
Bye,
you,
chat.
girl. You're beautiful. God bless.
You too. God bless. Thank you.
Good night. I love that girl. She is a sweetheart. She is an absolute sweetheart. Um. Anyway, yeah, these are the main key players in the Summer Wells case right here. Main key players, you guys, and we all know it. We got Don Candace and Grandis. Grandis, well, she hauled it, right? She hauled it like we knew something was up when she came off that hill and hauled ass and didn't come back. Um, other than to visit a minute and leave again. Um, and we also knew something's up the way Don and Candace, playing their games and lying through their teeth and one thing and another. Then, you had to think, why is this Jody Sue and Andy all up in it? Andy tried to hide like Granny for a long time, but Jody Sue, but he could do that. he could do that because he had Jody Sue keeping a tab on everything, right? And Jody Sue's like the fucking Enquirer, right? She's like the Enquirer. Any, if anything went down, she let Andy know immediately. Trust me, she did. And then you have Fred, right? You have Fred, and Fred was keeping up with it all too. And between this group of people, they kind of like consolidated Summer's case, right? They consolidated it and making mixed communication in all these different areas, right? To confuse people. And they were a ball of confusion. And that's what they wanted to be. That's what they wanted to be. This group of people right here have played games in all these different areas, hoping to not get Summer's case solved. Why? Why? You got to ask yourself why. Well, I don't know why. But I do know if you're going to be, if you're going to be a player on the same team, right? If you're going to be a player on the same team causing a big ball of confusion out here in the world, you must have a freaking dog in the race, right? You got to have a dog in the race. You ain't going to be doing it for no reason. There's reasoning behind it. You feel like you got something to lose, or you wouldn't be doing it. You wouldn't be, trying to keep a child's case from being solved if you didn't have a reason for that. So each one of these people seem to have reason to not want this child's case solved. Each one of them, all of them here. They've just been, like I said, they've just been a big ball of confusion. And they know what they're doing. And they all know one another. They say they're not friends, but we know they are. And it's just how it is. What I find really weird is, they find out where Jose is. And well, now we know where he's at, right? Now we know where he's at. We have Leslie talking to Chris M, putting out a lot of information. And also she's living with Hunter. Let's not forget she's living with Hunter. And Hunter's having meltdowns, right? He's having meltdowns. And well, Leslie is, kind of where Jose is now, right? We know where Leslie's at too. And then we have Allie, right? We have Allie. And we know that Allie, she was giving out a lot of information too, right? She was really giving out some graphic information on Summer's case, and she was one of the key players, right? She's one of the key players that had a lot of information, just like Jose, key player, a lot of information. Leslie, key player with a whole lot of information. And all three of these people, well, we know where they're at, right? We know where they're at in all of this. They wasn't being a ball of confusion, right? They wasn't trying to keep Summer's case from not being solved. They were they wanted it solved, right? They wanted it solved. Even Allie wanted it. She was hoping. Allie was hoping for Summer's case to be solved. I think, as much as, I think Allie had a conscience. I think Jose had a conscience. I think Leslie had a conscience. And I think that's why all three of these people are in the same place right now, to be honest with you. These people right here don't have no conscience, you guys. And these ones did. And there's no room for conscience, right? There's no room for conscience. Um, Here's another one. Here's another player, right? Another one. Well, he's with Jose and Allie and Leslie, and I can mention a few more too, right? There's a few more that's also met their maker. Um, what did all these people, what did these people know? Well, what was they afraid these people could tell? Because I think these people had something to tell. And I think they was, I think they was a nuisance. I think they were a nuisance. They were seen as a nuisance, right? And a threat to these key players, these heartless ones. This right here is the heartless ones, baby. They ain't got a black heart. They ain't got no hearts at all. These people don't have a conscience. These are people you do not want to associate yourself with. They are all of these right here are incapable. They are incapable of being a friend. You trust one of them, that was your mistake. That was your bad. Straight up. And that's the truth. I wouldn't have trusted a damn one of them. I wouldn't overly trust them, right? I wouldn't overly trust these guys, to be honest with you. Nor would I trust Cotton. I think all of these people were bad people. I think they were all bad people. I think this is the worst right here. And I think these were the ones, the ones that weren't so great, but they had a conscience and they became a problem with their, with what they were putting out for this. But at the end of the day, we've got to figure out, what did these people that are no longer with us know? What was, what secrets were they holding? What information was they holding that could have solved Summer's case? They had to have been holding some information that could have solved her case. We just don't know what that information was. We don't know. But there definitely some information that these people held and that these people were worried about. And I'm telling you, Summer's case was from Don Wells' actions on June the 14th and 15th. His actions showed us that this was premeditated and carried out on June the 15th. They knew this wasn't something that was, just came about. This is something that was in the works and was, and that was the particular day that it was going to go down. We can't wait no longer. We can't wait no longer. See, you don't want, if you need a child, if they felt they needed Summer to disappear, okay, for some reason, you don't wait up until, school's almost ready to start to do it. You don't do that because that's going to look suspicious, right? That's going to look more suspicious. You want to do it early on. You want to get it done early on so it doesn't look like, you didn't want her starting school. That's what you want to do. I'm going to tell you, this was a well thought out plan. The only thing, but see, you always get caught. Criminals always get caught. They get caught because they make they make some type of mistake. Very few criminals, very few criminals um, don't make mistakes. You might have, and even when they don't make mistakes, well, there's still mistakes to be had. There's still mistakes to be had. Um, you know, it's really hard to do anything in today's world because just one hair, well, can get you prosecuted. Just one hair. That's it. And, I'm not understanding why the Wells have not been prosecuted because clearly law enforcement understands that Don Wells changed up his routine. He started driving the Subaru um, for an alibi. And I'm not sure if it was to draw attention or to keep attention off of him. Um, it was one or the other. But the point being is, he started driving the Subaru. He fired his coworker Dudley to blame it on, and he did. And he did on June of. I mean, that's the first person he blamed it on. He was ready to put an innocent man in prison for no reason. For no reason. Don Wells is evil. I'm going to tell you, when you do a crime like this, and you're willing to lock up an innocent man, and that done to save your own ass, well, they should be a sentencing for that alone, right? They should be a sentencing for that alone, if you ask me. That's all I'm saying. I mean, Dudley didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve that, and thank God had his car broke down, and he was home all day trying to fix it. Thank God for that. Absolutely, McBro. Absolutely. I pray the person or persons involved in any of these missing child cases have their mindset eating away with guilty consciences um, until they spill the truth, bring them to rest or safety. Absolutely. I agree. I absolutely agree. God bless these children. No child deserves, no child deserves to be tortured, to be destroyed completely the way these children are getting destroyed. We've got so many children. We got Summer. We've got Michael Vaughn. We've got Sebastian. We've got little Elijah Vu. These are children who haven't even been found yet. We got Harmony that hasn't been found yet. And we know what Harmony went through. I mean, we had to take a break, right? We had to take breaks. It was so graphic and so horrible. Our body, mind, and souls we could not handle. Harmony's case was one of the hardest things to get through. You would have to stop it and take a break to get yourself back, right? To get your composure back. It was that troubling. It was that troubling to the body, mind, and soul to hear what they put this child through. And I think that's the way it will be with Summer's case as well. I think that when if and when the full truth of what happened to Summer is brought to the light, I think that it's going to be like Harmony's case. I don't think we're going to be able to endure it all. I really don't. I think we're going to need, like Harmony, we're going to need a break. It's just too much. It's too overwhelming. It's too overwhelming. It's hard to believe that someone could be so sinister, so evil, so horrible. You don't want to believe that demons like that exist in this world, right? You don't want to believe it, but they do. They do. You'd be surprised at how many people in this world can destroy another human and feel nothing and not care. Lay down and sleep, right? And just lay down and sleep. Yeah, I'm going to tell you something. Oh, it's too bad. It's too bad that, it's too bad that they don't hit on the right person that, one of these times they're going to hit on someone, they're going to hit on somebody, right? That ain't going to go on to the light. They're going to stay right there. And they're going to haunt the hell out of them. They're going to haunt their asses up. Something fierce, right? There's some people, I'm telling you, I don't know. But I'm going to tell you what, I've heard that there's been people that, get something on them and they can't get it off of them. They can't, what I'm saying is, like, for instance, there was this man, right? There was this man, and I guess he unlived another man. He unlived another man. And I'm going to tell you something. Now, I don't know how true it is, but I heard that the other man, the one he unlived, was haunting him up something fierce, right? He's seeing this guy everywhere he goes. This guy was doing, from what they say, there was some bad things going on, and he just can't, they couldn't get rid of it, couldn't get rid of whatever it was. You know, totally destroyed that guy, totally destroyed the other man that was still living. So, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Cotton's looking for him and just ain't found him yet. Right? Maybe Cotton's out there looking for him and ain't found him yet. He will. He will. In time. He's going to Fred's house right now, finding out that Fred ain't there. It's just a matter of time he'll figure out where Fred's at. And he'll go get Fred. Right? Right there. That's the true Candace, you guys. That's the true. Look at that face. Because that's the real her. That's the real Candace. That's the real one that she don't want you to see. But we seen it. We saw it, right? We saw it at the beginning of Summer's case. We've seen it a few times. We've seen it a few times over the 3-year period, right? We've seen it, her ugliness. We've seen her real ugliness. We've seen it come out. Candace ain't hiding nothing from us. We know exactly what she is. And I'm going to tell you, she divided this mother and son. She divided this family. Now, I'm not going to blame everything on Candace, because this family allowed this woman to come in and divide them. This family let her divide them. She can't divide nothing that people ain't willing to let her do. Allie allowed Candace to get too much of a foothold in her life. And that was, Allie's mistake. That was Allie's mistake. But Candace, she divided this mother and the son. And Allie and True. And Allie and Bear. She divided Allie from her children. Because that's what Candace and Don Wells likes to do. They like to divide people. Right? That's their master plan, is to divide people. But they're really wicked. When you look at this picture, you got the true face of Candace Wells. You got the true face of Hunter. And you got the true face of Allie. Worried. You could tell Allie is worried. You could tell that Hunter, well, he's an out of control teen. And you could tell Candace Wells is just an evil ass human being. Just pure freaking evil. Ugly. Always seeking to destroy. Yeah, she is a monster, Stephanie. She is a monster. Trust me.
That she just wanted to she's trying to clear Hunter and Allie is what she's trying to do.
Well, I don't know why. I don't get that.
I don't understand either. Like, I feel like she's talking with them or something.
I can understand trying to clear Hunter if he's not guilty.
Okay. A 15-year-old boy, a 15-year-old child is not guilty when a sinister human being has them do something evil. A 15-year-old child is not the evil one. The evil one is the one plotting and getting this child, pressuring this child to do sinister things. The child is not the one that should pay the price in prison. The person forcing and pushing and getting the child to do it. If you have a child, if you put a child up to doing anything sinister under the age of 18 years of age, you should go to prison, actually, and spend more time than the child would get itself. Because you were the one who orchestrated it, planned it up, and carried it out. I don't care how you did it. You still did it.
Okay. No. But the thing Hunter pulled. No. Okay, we're not sure that Hunter didn't come up here and grab Summer. We're not.
Don Wells, he did not come up there and get Summer because there was no Summer to get after they went to that swimming hole. There was no Summer to get, Don Wells. You know that. We know that. There was no Summer to get. Summer was gone. Summer was gone between 4 and 4:30. She was gone. Because Chad came down that road to Fred's house. He caught Candace there. And Candace told him that Summer's already missing between 4 and 4:30. She's already missing. There's no Summer to come and get.
Sure. Hunter is he's lies constantly, and so has Allie. And Chris M is the biggest liar, and Chris M is with them and told them not to talk to anybody. I could kill Chris M for that. Chris M doesn't understand where I stand with this, but I could actually fucking fuck Chris M for this. Because as soon as Summer got gone, Hunter and Allie are. Why? Why?
Don Wells, Allie turned on your asses when she came to your home and trusted your wife and your wife's mother to be friends with her and to keep their hands off of the guy she had there that she truly cared about. She felt cared about her. She felt they had a relationship, and she trusted them enough to keep their hands off of who she thought was her man, but they couldn't. Your old lady can't keep her hands off of anyone. She can't keep her hands off of other children. Don Wells, let's take a look. We'll be back to you. Let's take a look at your wife, because right here is your wife, Don Wells. This is the stuff your wife likes to write to children. With who? Your hand? Yep, Rosie Palm and her 5 sisters. She's talking to a 14-year-old boy. These particular texts were sent between Candace and Hunter in 2020. The boy was only 14. This is how your wife talks to a 14-year-old child, Mr. Wells? This is how your freaking old hag of a bag talks to young children? This middle-aged bitch is talking to a 14-year-old child like this? Why don't you and your old lady grow up? Why don't you grow up? If you growed up, you wouldn't want to have anything to do with children. You would let children be safe, but they're not safe because you sickos don't want to grow up and leave children alone. You're disgusting. Disgusting. But yeah, you guys, this is the stuff that Candace wanted to write to a 14-year-old boy. Right? A 14-year-old boy. She's disgusting.
See, I want to go over there and kick this door in and get the truth out of them and put a gun to the fucking head. They don't understand.
You see how violent he is? You see how violent he's getting? He's violent. Don Wells is so afraid of going to prison. He's getting violent towards people that he knows had nothing to do. He got violent with Dudley too, didn't he? Do you see how violent he got with Dudley? Knowing that the man was totally innocent, but he got violent. Don Wells is I'm telling you, this dude is he's not a sociopath. He's a psychopath. That's what Don Wells is. Don Wells is a man that will commit a crime and then try to go full throttle at innocent people to get them hurt, to get them locked in prison. To save his own ass. He's willing to do this to innocent humans. Not that I'm so sure Hunter's that innocent. I'm not saying Hunter's that innocent. Not after everything we've learned. At one time I thought he was, but now I don't.
Talking about my daughter. This ain't no fucking joke. We're talking about my daughter.
Yep.
Why did they as soon as Summer come up missing? I've been trying to talk to Allie and Hunter.
Allie turned on you guys long before Summer came up missing.
To find out what the truth is, but I can't. I have to send the police on them and everything else.
I have
shouldn't have said.
just the time.
See, look here. Listen to this, okay? So the day the summer was swimming and everything, Allie called Candace and begged her to take Hunter to the swimming hole with them and with Summer, and that's the video you see.
Yep.
Okay? Yeah. Then Hunter, there was no plans or nothing. She begged Candace to take.
Allie was in bed asleep. She had no idea that Candace started texting Hunter. Hunter didn't text Candace. Candace started texting Hunter. And then Hunter called Candace. And Candace lied. She lied. She tried to put it all on Hunter. Oh, he called. No. She failed to tell everyone she was text him first about her mom being in the hospital. He was texting her back. Then he called her and asked her if she wanted to come over, hang out at the house. Instead of sitting in a car, he was being hospitable. He was being nice. And she did. And then she took him with her, willfully. Bought the boy illegal substance, a twisted tea, and vapes that he was not supposed to have. She had him out there. And she turned that camera off when he went to go into that water. Why? Why? She says Granny was down there, but she didn't ever put the camera on Granny. Well, I'm going to tell you, past experience with Candace and a camera, she puts it on every damn body. She puts it on everybody that's there. And Granny wasn't there. Granny was sitting up in the car. What the hell was going down at the swimming hole? Why would Summer be completely dried up and dressed in a brand new school outfit? That's so unlike lazy Candace to do. So unlike her to do. Something's up. Something's up, Dom Wells. We know it. And you know we know. That's all that matters.
Take her down and go swimming. And Hunter goes in the woods, and I think she was talking. Hunter went to talk to Allie about something. But as soon as missing, they turned on her and started spreading lies. Why? Do you know that they was at the when Candace and our church member
the parade
was at the lobby? It was like, ha, they got your daughter, ha.
And that's another lie that you're telling, Mr. Wells. Allie was working that day. She was not at that parade whatsoever. Allie was not anywhere near that parade. That family was not nowhere near that parade that particular day. You're a liar. Why are you lying on these people? Why did you guys feel a need to lie on these people? I'll answer that. To take the focus off of you. To take the focus off the real guilty bastards. That's why. That's why. It's my opinion, and I'll keep it. As you heard there, Don Wells, one lie after the other coming out his face. One lie after the other. And Candace right behind him, right in the background, lying that ass off as well. Right in the background, lying that ass up as well. Because that's what they do. That's what they do. They lie. What I don't like is this.
It's through hell for the past 2 years. I have finally made amends with it, and then y'all want to start that bullshit.
You finally made amends with it. Amends with what? Amends with what? That was the wrong word to use, son. The wrong word to use. When you make an amends with something, that means that you've been able to come with grips of something bad you've done. I've made an amends. Amends means you did wrong to somebody and you've asked God for forgiveness, or You've had people talk with you and console you and try to explain to you that it wasn't really your fault, right? That would have been Candace's fault, putting you up to do such a sinister thing. Amends is the wrong word to use. I mean, if you would have been feeling grievous about Summer, you wouldn't have to come to an amends with it. If you were feeling grievous, you would have said, you know, I've been grieving the loss of Summer for a while now. And I'm finally starting to overcome that grief. Overcome, not an amends, but to overcome. And they're opening an old wound back up again. And amends is a whole different word than overcoming some grief. And that's all you could have felt if you had nothing to do with it. You wouldn't have had to make an amends. For what? For what? What did you do that you feel that you had to make an amends with it? I gotta wonder about that.
They
Here,
want to act like they know it all. That's all. They want to be famous, and they're fucking
Well,
not. They're
all
one
these
lie.
people are saying in that group, in that chat right now, is this would be over if the truth came out about Summer. It don't fucking matter about Summer. You're attacking my mother now.
it don't matter about effing Summer. You telling me that a boy that just said this isn't capable of doing something evil to a child? Oh, hell yeah, he is. Oh, hell yeah, he is. You see, you saw the true Hunter. You got to see the true Hunter right there. The one that thinks he's a badass. The one that thinks he's a Johnny badass. That he can show himself now. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not worried about prison and jail and all of these things. Right? I'm Johnny Badass now. I'm going to speak how, I'm going to show you mother freakers who I truly am and who I've been. And you got a good look at it. Right? He said F Summer. That boy didn't care about them kids. That punk only cared about himself and what he could self-gain by hanging around with dirty butt Dom Wells and nasty butt Candace. That's all he cared about. Nothing more, nothing less. Would Candace be able to get this boy to do something? Hell yeah. I'm going to tell you something. This kid right here is not all together. We know it. That ain't being mean. That's being truthful. That's being truthful. This kid right here is an out of control, wannabe thug that needed someone to put his ass in line long before this. Trust me. He needed someone to give him a freaking real wake-up call that he didn't get. Because Allie was too busy working and trying to live her own life and letting these kids raise themselves. Allie did not care about her children. She did not care about her children being good, upstanding, God-fearing, law-abiding citizens. She let them kids run freaking wild. Have no respect for anyone else to the point they had none for her. Right? Am I right? This is a prime example what you end up with if you do not keep your kid in line. Sometimes you got to keep your kids in line. I wouldn't wish this boy on nobody. I wouldn't wish this child right here on anyone. He's nothing but a problem. I wouldn't want him in my house. I would not want that kid in my house. And that's the truth. Straight up truth. You got a real look at Hunter right there. How did you like him? How did you like him? Put a 1 in the chat if you didn't like it. Because I know I didn't. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I'm going to tell you something. That boy right there, that boy right there, he's lucky he ain't mine. He's lucky. Because I'm going to tell you what, I'd have handed his ass over to the law and I'd have told him not bring his ass back. And that's the truth. That is the truth. I tell him, you want to be a thug? Then the law needs to take you and put you where thugs belong, in prison. And your ass needs to grow up there. Because I ain't raising no thugs. I don't personally care what they do with you. All I know is I don't want you around me. I don't want somebody. I want to be able to lay down at night and sleep. And I don't want the likes of you in my house. I don't think any parent wants to be forced to have to do what it takes to get an out of control child off of them, away from them. I just don't. Kids like that right there, they don't respect anything. They expect. They go out there in the world standing up to other people, and next thing you know, they're standing up to you. They go out there and they do sinister stuff to other people, and they come back and they start to do sinister stuff to you. Nobody wants a child in their house that they cannot trust, that they have to fear might end up doing something to them. Nobody wants that, you guys. Nobody. I sure the hell would not have that in my house. Absolutely not. No way in hell. I tell you what, I love my children, but I don't love them that much. And that's the truth. I don't love nobody that much. That I'm going to live my life in fear having them around. That's no life to live. None. But I'm sure that this kid had Allie worried, stressed, and I'm sure she was scared up. And look what happened to her. He says F Summer, but he just robbed his mother before she accidentally slapped her head against something. And it's no longer with us. Right? I mean, she took a hard blow to the head. A hard blow to the head, you guys. And it's funny that Leslie took a hard blow to the head too. He had two people, hard blows to the head. They both had pneumonia. They both fell. They both took hard blows to the head. What a coincidence. And they both was around Hunter when it all went down. Gotta wonder about that one, don't you? Put a 1 in the chat if you wonder about it. Put a 1 in the chat if it often keeps you awake at night. Yeah, I wonder about it. Can't say I don't, because I do. I'm going to tell you something. Anybody, anyone with half a brain would stay the hell away from Hunter. I wouldn't even have to tell my kids to stay the hell away from him. My kids tell me. My kids would tell me, we ain't hanging with that guy. We want nothing to do with that guy. That dude right there is 3 sheets in the wind. Pure garbage. We want nothing to do with him. We're too damn educated for that. That guy ain't nothing but trouble, Mom. Nothing but trouble. Don't let him around here. That's my kids. And I thank God. Do I want to pat myself on the back? I done a great job? No. I didn't do a great job. I did not. I will not take credit for my children. No way. I will not take credit for having the kids I do. I give all glory to God. I tell anybody, God raised my children. God raised them. I didn't. He's the one that had the hand in their life. He's the one that made them good like they are, not PG. I will not take credit for that. Yeah, I love them. I watch over them. I do my part. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm smart enough to know. I'm smart enough to know that some people are just evil and other people ain't. I lucked out. I got 4. I got 4. 4 out of 4. I lucked out. Good kids. Good kids. I ain't got no thugs. And I thank God for that. But then again, I don't let my kids socialize with people like Hunter. I've always told my children, don't start nothing. You don't start anything. But by God, if they start it with you, you best finish it. I won't have a coward. And I got good kids. They don't start no trouble. None. But they don't take no crap either. Ain't gonna do it. I don't know why Allie allowed her children to become like they are. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, I don't know why a lot of parents, I don't know why a lot of parents don't take, more interest in their children to raise good children in this world, this life. So many, so many people in this world need help, like little Summer. She needed help. Good kids would have got her help. A good mother would have got her help. If a good mom would have went up there on that hill, or a good mom would have seen Candace Wells doing what she was doing, a good mom would have got her license number and turned that bitch in. A good mom would have made sure that she kept calling Child Protective Services until they had no choice but to do something for them babies. They would have made sure. I don't know. Hey, all right, Mermaid, I appreciate that. All right, super sticker, ding, 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 ding. Hey, girl, I appreciate the support for Summer's channel. Oh, wow, another super sticker. God bless. Amen. Girl, I appreciate it. I really do. I really do. God bless. Yeah, but it is, it is what it is. It is what it is. Um, my point is, and the point I wanted to make tonight is that these people right here are evil. They're evil. And that boy right here, he's evil too. That boy right there is evil too. These are all evil humans. And this boy has been raised right there. This boy has been raised. I'm going to tell you something. If some old bitch wrote this to my son, some freaking middle-aged woman wrote this to my 14-year-old son, I'd be knocking on her door. I'd be knocking, trust me, I would be knocking on her freaking door. Me and her are going to talk about this. We're going to talk about it, baby. Let me tell you that right now. We're going to be talking about it. She ain't going to be writing this to my son. And not only that, but I'm pressing charges. I'm pressing charges on top of it. Oh, yeah. I sure the hell am. I'm going to be putting some charges against this sicko. And I want her registered. I want her registered as an offender. I want her registered. And I don't understand why she's not being registered as this right here is perverted. You cannot write sexual things like this to a minor without being registered. If anyone else did this, you would be on a register's list. Trust and believe that. You would definitely be on a register's list. Absolutely. You would be put down as the sicko you are. Right? But not Candace Wells. I got to wonder about this. I got to wonder about Tennessee and what the hell's going on here. I got to wonder why Hawkins County got this case took away from them. I got to wonder why TBI ain't doing a damn thing. I got to wonder why so many kids are coming up missing out of Tennessee and nobody seems to be doing nothing about it. Because if it was any other state, that shit would be solved. If it was Florida, it'd be solved. If it was Georgia, it'd be solved. We know that. If it was New York, it'd be solved. But not Tennessee. Just saying, you guys. Just saying. I'm going to tell you that is one state that don't have no law enforcement. That is one state that just it don't have none. Don't even bother making the phone call. Don't make the phone call. Because I'm going to tell you what, that is the Wild Wild West right there. That's the Wild Wild West. You better learn how to take care of you if you're in Tennessee. That's all I got to say. And you better keep an eye on your children. You better make sure you know where your kids are every second in Tennessee. Because I'm going to tell you what. It's beam me up, Scotty, for the kids around there. They just, boom, they're gone. Right? They're gone. Kind of weird if you ask me. Kids, you know. Oh, I went to bed at midnight. My kid's in its bed. And I wake up. It's just gone. Just gone. Its phone's there. Its shoes are there. Its game machine. All of his stuff's there. Didn't pack a bag. Didn't put on his shoes. You know. I think it ran away. I think it ran away in the middle of the night. Shoeless. With no money, no phone, no game, no clothes, no anything. Just ran away in the middle of the night. I don't think so. I do not think so. Hell no. And then, you know, but me and my boyfriend, we had a 3-hour conversation on the phone. We had a 3-hour conversation on the phone, you guys. Don't make no sense to me. Oh, stuck the kid in the house. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Poof, it's gone. Oh, the door. I don't remember if that door was locked or not. Don't remember. I'm going to tell you what, you be the first motherfucker in this world not to remember if a damn door is locked or not if your kid's missing. You be the first motherfucker, right? Because I'm going to tell you, you can't find your kid. First thing you do is check to see if the damn door's open or locked. Because that tells you if the kid went in or out. So you're going to remember. You're going to remember. Because that's the first thing you do. Don't give me no shit. Don't tell me you don't remember, because I know you do. And then you know, let's look at some more lies before we end this live tonight. Oh, lots of fun with my sister and my niece at her 11-year-old birthday party. Love you, Bear. Well, for one, Allie's not your damn sister. For two, Bear's not your niece. Just not your family. You're a liar. You're a liar. And this is the party. This is the very party that Leslie had to dump the pool because you took your boys and laid them on a hot pavement so it would burn up their stomachs. Right? Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Hey, O'Sullivan, I appreciate that. She should be an RSO for the crap with age. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree, girl. Absolutely. You know something? Anybody else would have. Anyone else would have been. You know, that's what I'm talking about. Something fishy in Tennessee, right? Something freaking fishy. You know, other than the smell of Candace. There's a lot more fishy there. Right? And then she lies again. Oh, her and Donald says the boys had their hair cut They had their hair, all the boys had their heads shaved, and Summer wanted hers cut like the boys. Boom, everybody. Boom, there it is. There it is. The boys all got hair. I don't see no shaved heads here except Summer. That's it. Just Summer, right? Just Summer. Oh, Don Wells says, you could see in the pictures, I don't know, but you could see in the pictures where she tried to shave the back of her head. I know, Don. No, we don't see that. What we see is the hairstyle. We see a hairstyle that was a trend with a lot of teens, a lot of women, a lot of people were getting this haircut around the time Summer came up missing. It was a trend. A lot of women, a lot of models was cutting their hair like this. And Summer had her hair cut like that. And as you can see, no, she did not try to cut the back of her hair. This was professionally done. And it was the same hairstyle that a lot of models were wearing. A lot of young teens and young adult women were running around with for a while. And a lot of times they would have it black and they would have it red, or they'd have it purple or blue or green or yellow. It just was a fad of a haircut. And Summer did not try to shave nothing because you could see this is perfectly done. No, you're full of shit. You're full of shit. But this is what you did to her. This is what you did to her. Right here is what you done to this little baby. And didn't need it to be done. She did not need it to be done at all. She did not need this. You went and done this to her. I don't even know why. I don't even know why. It's a horrible picture to have to look at. It's a horrible, horrible thing for any child to have to endure. This little girl endured nothing but pure hell at the hands of you, Candace and Grandis, Don Wells. Nothing but pure hell. Even the Child Protective Service papers say gross neglect, abuse, gross neglect, and a whole lot of other things. These children, you have two sons begging not to ever have to be in your custody again. Two sons. And I can fully understand why. Well, Don Wells, there's your baby girl now, right? There's your baby girl right now. She's a real angel. She's a real angel, Don Wells. Thanks to you and your old lady. And that's my opinion. There she is. She's a real angel. Sent to this earth for a little while. Sent down here. She was sent here on a mission. She completed it, and God took her back, didn't he? I don't think you're going to see her in no resurrection, Don Will. I don't, because the Bible says the likes of you ain't even going to be allowed to stand. You're not going to be allowed to stand in the presence of the righteous. You won't even be allowed to stand there. Absolutely not. You won't be standing there. This baby's already there. This baby's already where everybody else is seeking to go. Disgusting. Disgusting. Disgusting that this beautiful little angel had to endure this and this. It's horrifying. It's horrifying. Who would do this to their child? What parent on the face of this earth would do something like this to their little girl? Their little girl. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. It's beyond my, it's beyond me. It's beyond my understanding. I can't understand that type of evilness. And I thank God I can't. Because if I could, it would mean that I'm like them. And I don't want to ever be like them people. Ever. Don't ever try to understand evil human beings. Just thank God you're not evil. Thank God you're not. Because you don't ever want to be like those folks. Trust me. Poor Summer. She had the most beautiful hair, most beautiful little blue eyes. You could tell that she was just a ball of energy, full of light and love and kindness and caring. And all she wanted was that unconditional love back. And none of these people, not that church, not the neighbors, and sure the hell not grandma or her parents could give it to her. All of these people, and none of them could truly find it in their hearts to treat that child the way she should have been treated. None of them. They didn't color with her. Candace didn't buy coloring books and color with her. Candace didn't buy storybooks and read them to her, teach her to read. Candace didn't sit and sing songs with her. Didn't chase her around, play tag, hide and go seek. Candace didn't teach her to search things up for school and so forth on the internet. Candace didn't teach her how to bake cookies, make biscuits. Didn't teach her nothing. Didn't teach her how to sew. Didn't teach her how to knit or crochet. Didn't teach her how to defend herself. Didn't take those kids to martial arts or take them, to any defense classes or anything. Didn't take them to the library. Didn't take them to the library through the summer for the reading programs. Didn't do nothing with them. Absolutely nothing. Didn't pop up popcorn and watch a movie with them. Oh no. She didn't have time for none of that. She was too busy aiding and abetting minors with substances they should not have. She was too busy throwing up gang signs herself. She wants to talk about Hunter throwing up gang signs. Well, we've seen her throwing them up herself, haven't we? A freaking oversized middle-aged woman throwing up teenage gang signs, acting stupid. Acting like she was some kind of freaking thug. But then she will condemn a 14-year-old boy that she helped groom that way. And probably many other ways as well. For doing it, right? Like she's fucking, better than that when she wasn't. She had her audacity to tell Chris M. Oh, I turned the camera away because he's started acting stupid, throwing up gang signs. Bitch, we seen pictures of you throwing up gang signs. We saw pictures of you laying in a bed with this boy, rubbing his freaking head. What the hell you doing laying in a bed with some teenage boy rubbing the top of his head? Disgusting. Disgusting, y'all. That's all I can say. Absolutely disgusting. But that's what, that's what we're dealing with here. That's what we're dealing with. It is what it is. How anybody can support, an evil group of people like this. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how anyone supports this kind of garbage. I know I sure the hell don't. I know I don't. Ain't ever going to. Ever. Hell no. I don't waddle in cesspools. And I sure ain't telling anyone else to go do it either. I'm going to tell you what, this is a prime example of the blind following the blind right there. Prime example, y'all. And we know where they all going to go. Right? Not PG. I tell you what. This life, all you're doing here is passing through. That's it. You're just passing through, y'all. You was born with nothing, and you're going to go out of this world with nothing. And everything you have in between, well, that's just gifts from God. That's just gifts from God for you to use while you're here. Some will rot away. Some of those gifts, they'll rot away, and others will be given to someone else when you're gone to continue to live in, or to look at, or to read, or maybe even to spend. But you're doing nothing but passing through. And the reason you're passing through is to prove to God if you're worthy to live life forever. Because this life ain't forever. The next one is. And right now you're showing God if you're worthy to have eternal life. And the best thing PG can tell you is to work overtime. Understand that this life ain't about nothing but one thing. One thing. And that's to prove to God that you're worthy to live forever. And Jesus done paid the price. He done paid the price. Jesus done bought your ticket. And the only thing you have to do is show up, repent, let God know how sorry you are that you're a sinner, and that through his son you sure would like to be saved. You sure like to get your ticket, and I'm sure you'll get one. It's that easy. Don't cost a thing other than a little bit of time A little bit of time on your knees, asking the Lord to forgive you. And a little bit of time to get out there in that water and be baptized the way Jesus was. Jesus didn't need baptized. He was just showing us. He's just showing us how to get it done. He's just showing you the right way to do it. And that's how you gain eternal life. That's how you get the ticket. I suggest people be getting it. Because they might not be being handed out much longer. The way this world's going, they might not be getting handed out much longer. And even if they're handed out, well, I'm going to tell you, even if they're going to be handed out for another 100 years, you may not be there to get one. No one on this earth is guaranteed another second, another day, another hour. We ain't guaranteed nothing. We don't know when our time's up. We don't know when our number's going to be called. But you sure better hope you have that ticket if it is. Because if you don't, well, let me tell you. Hell's hot and there's no ice water. That's all I got to tell people. There's no ice water. There's no AC. There's no fan. And there's no way out. There's no way out. I sure hope. Sure do hope that this group of people right here understand that. And I sure hope that one of them grows a conscience. And I sure hope they give that little girl rest and her little brother's closure. You know, it ain't about us. It's about Summer. It ain't about us. It's about her brothers. Summer is the one needing laid to rest properly, and her brothers are the ones needing closure. And these are all children. They're all children. And I'm going to tell you, the Bible says it's better to hang a millstone around your neck and go on out there into the sea than to do wrong to these babies. Don, Candace, Grandis, all this group of people right here better remember that. They better remember that. That's all I got to say. As for all of my brothers and sisters here, God's true children, I just got to say, keep on the hills of Jesus Christ. Stay in the light. Stay in the light of Jesus. Don't get out of it. Don't let anything out here cause you. Don't let nothing out here cause you to become sinful. Nothing. Hang on to the Lord. Make sure you win. Make sure you win that white gown. And keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing righteousness for these babies. Keep doing righteousness. Keep being for the victims. Keep understanding what this is all about. Because there's a gift in heaven for us all. When we do righteousness, there's gifts put up in heaven. And those are the gifts you want. Those are the ones you want. Don't worry about no gifts on earth. Because can't take them with you. But you can have the ones you lay up there for eternity. Those are the gifts you want. So do good to one another. Be kind, caring, and loving. No matter how someone treats you, make sure that you return good for that evilness. Always do good. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. Trust me, I really know it's hard. I don't return evil for evil. What I return is what they call a lesson. It's a lesson. It may look like evil for evil, but it's not. God knows. God knows my heart. And He knows when I have to stand up and defend myself against people coming at me sideways. I am nothing but a reflection of them. I'm doing nothing but a mirror image to them to try to show them how they are and how it feels. I'm not angry. I'm not upset. I'm none of those things. I'm trying to help them, but they don't understand that. They don't understand it. I'm trying to make them a better person, but they're not getting it. Because they don't want to be good to other people. They just want everyone to be good to them. And that's not right. That's not right. If you don't want people hurting you, don't hurt them. You know, it is Day Day and her sister who owe PG an apology. I owe them nothing. They owe me. I didn't go at them. They came at me. I haven't ever went at anyone out here that didn't come at me first. Ever. Not once. Not even once. I don't feel I owe anybody an apology. If I do, I'll give it. But I don't. And that's the truth. Like I said, I could have been mean. I could have been mean today. They were talking about me. They was talking about me last night. I could have came out here and been mean to a couple of people that's out here talking about me right now. But I didn't. Because I finally have come to realization. I finally came to realization that these people ain't worth my time and trying to teach them anything. They're not worth my time, you guys. I cannot teach these people. You cannot. All PG can do is knock the dust off my feet and move on. Because these people are not going to learn. They're not going to ever understand. They're not going to ever. These are humans that, like the whales, they cannot feel for anyone else. They only can feel for them. That's all they care about is themselves. They're so selfish, self-seeking, self-centered, and evil that there's nothing you could do for them to change it. I've tried. It isn't working. You show them a mirror reflection of themselves, and it just makes them madder. It just makes them more. And then they play the victim. Then they want to play the victim. When the whole time it was all their evilness that started it. They can't see that. They're too disgusting to admit it. So, you know, I've kicked the dust off my feet and I'm moving on. I don't care about none of them. I don't care enough to work with them anymore or to try to show them who they are. You know, they won't. What I'm trying to say is they can talk away from now on. Talk away, run their mouth, do what they want. I'm not going to try to teach them a thing. I'm not going back at them because I don't care about them no more. I don't care enough to do that. What I do care about is Summer Moon Utah Wells. What I do care about is the creators who truly are out here for the right reasons. What I do care about is getting some of these children's cases solved. And what I do care about is God hearing our voices when we pray. That's what I care about. Because we want these children found. And I want you guys to stay on the right path. And I can't keep you on the right path if I'm always getting off of it to try to show these people something to try to straighten them up that can't be done. So we're not going there anymore. We're not going in that direction no more. Unless they get too out of control. Then we'll have to put on the suit of armor and take care of it, right? We'll have to take care of it then. And it won't be a mirror reflection. It'll be stand up and let that evil know what it is. We ain't done that yet, but we will if need be. But I'm determined to keep you guys on a righteous path. I'm determined to lead you guys into a life that is forever, because that's where I want to see y'all. I'm not going to see you if you ain't good. I'm not going to see you if I'm not good. So we got to be good. We want to see Summer. We want to see Summer. We want to see all of these kids. We want to see them one day. We want to hug them, let them know how much we loved them, how hard we worked for them, how much we prayed and wanted them found and justice served. We know they're in heaven. So let us stay on God's good side. Let us stay on the hills of Jesus Christ. God goes before us. Jesus goes with us, and the angels watch over us, you guys. And let God, Jesus, and them angels know that we surely appreciate all they're doing for us by doing the right things, what we're supposed to be doing, and not let, this evil out here get to us. It's hard enough. It's hard enough doing what we do. And that's trying to get these kids found. We work hard. That's enough. That's enough. I'm going to ask everybody, please pray for one another. Make sure that you pray for one another. PG getting a cold. I've been trying to stay in a deep freeze, man. Where I'm at, it's been hot. Make sure you could hear my fan. My fan was, I'm telling you, I got AC, I got a fan, I'm trying to live in a deep freezer. But make sure you pray for one another. There's a lot of people needing prayers. We don't know what each other's going through. We don't know. You know, we don't come out here and spread all of our stuff everywhere. You know, a lot of us suffer in silence. All of us are dealing with everyday life. That's bad enough. And then if you throw anything else on top of it, it's even worse. We don't know what each other's going through, but God does. So we need to bow our heads, fold our hands, and pray for one another, and let God know that we don't know what each other need or want, but He does, and we sure do pray in the name of His Son, Jesus Christ, that He answers up all of our prayers in the name of Jesus. Amen. And pray for these little missing children. Pray for Summer. Pray for this little girl. Like I said, Summer is the one. She needs to be found. She needs to be laid to rest properly. She needs to find peace on this earth. And she's not going to do that until she's found. She wants to be found. Until her brothers know where she is and people know where she is, this child will not rest. This child needs to properly be put to rest. And her brothers need the closure. They need to know that they had nothing to do with her and what happened to her on June 15, 2021. They need to know that they were good brothers. They loved her. And she knew that. They need a place to go and be able to put flowers and talk to their sister. I'm sure they got a lot to say. Those boys need that closure. And I pray that these evil people at some point allow that to be done. That's what I pray. So keep the prayers going up, you guys, please. And as we go out of here tonight, throw up them purple hearts, throw up the blue hearts, throw up the pink ones. Absolutely, McBro. Absolutely. Blue, green, orange. As we go out here tonight, let all these missing kids know that they are loved, they are cared about. They may be gone, but they're not forgotten. And we're going to keep moving on to get them found and to get justice. Amen. Good night, everybody. God bless. Much love.